Jamie here, Jamie. Hope is doing an outstanding Wednesday, December 18th, 328 on this Fed Day Wednesday. Just pretty remarkable stuff. SPY was at 606 into the 2 o'clock hour. We are now down at 593, almost down 1.75% as the Fed did as expected and pretty much set the rate cut estimates for next year at 0.5%. So 2.25% rate hikes or 1.5%, whatever. And I guess it was construed as extremely hawkish. It was the dissenter actually that wanted no rate cut today. So I don't know. I mean, some of this, you look back and the market's been trading in a nice range. It was going to break at one point. It just unfortunately right now it's to the downside here. So uh, everything was looking great into the afternoon. Small caps, Joby, names I'm in, Peloton, Solar Edge, all looking great, and then it's just a different market in the last 45 minutes here. So tough, right? So I was looking at that 600 handle actually held for a little bit, and then finally it broke through, and that's when I got some put hedges. So it's tough with the volatility to try and find some decent risk reward trades. So a lot of names I was looking at ServiceNow, some of the other names I used to look at, I was looking at Lam Research, and ASML, but they were green. They seemed to be holding up well. So then I looked in Shopify. Some of the software names were actually weak. ServiceNow was weak, but the premiums were expensive. So I went and got those Shopify puts and give it a couple more minutes. They might be in the money. I don't want them to be in the money because that means obviously the market's selling off, but that's why you have hedge positions. We'll see what happens here tomorrow. You start looking at some of these levels on the SPY, and I had this the 600. Then we were 595 back during into the elections. That was a big spot, so we're under that. Uh, Now we have the 50-day moving average at 591, and now you start looking at those. The things that were kind of whoops. I'm in the wrong room here. Whoops. uh, then you start looking at some of the indicate like the amount of stocks over their 50-day moving average on the S&P, and let's see where that is right now because I haven't. So it's tough to say. Do we bounce tomorrow? I would love to think we do. And again, we're near it's historically strong time frame, so it'd be odd that if we end this 15 from the 15th on substantially lower. We are now under 25% of the stocks on the S&P are right there under their 50-day moving average, a 35-cent decline just today. That is remarkable. So wow, 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 wow. Hang on. Uh, so that's that. I always try and find silver linings and think gold's tumbling. It's almost down nearly 2% as well. My February puts are almost a double. I'm looking at Dust, J Dust, some of these other names to trade. Just the spreads are so wide on Dust, so it might be tough to get in and out. And who knows? We've had some reactions where Fed Day, the market has sold off into the close, and then the next day reversed and we were up, recouped some of the gains, and then the rest of the week rallied. So I'm not going to rule that out. It's just difficult to kind of find where we might hold. 595. So maybe we can muster a rally here with 29 minutes left in the session. So I got the Shopify puts, and then the Broadcom. So those are almost a double here too. It was stubborn. And I always talk about when I get these hedge puts. Not that I don't think these names aren't going to be higher months from now or weeks from now. I'm just looking for opportunities short term. So I went and got some weekly strikes. You got 2 days and 15 minutes left, or 30 minutes left to expiration. Those might provide a lot, if not more than a lot of profits to offset losses on the calls. Because some of the names I'm in, some of them I've been holding. Most are January. Some are this week. So have to find ways to offset those. Otherwise, it's going to be a miserable, especially if we have follow through tomorrow. So those are the things take a look at the VIX. It's almost at 20 here, and then you start looking at the yields too. And it was over. It was trending in the wrong direction already, and now TLT is down 1.5% here. Just monster moves here after Fed, and it wasn't like we've had monster moves before Fed Day. It wasn't like there was a surprise. It's not like they held rates and didn't cut, right? I thought if that was the case, we'd probably have a sell off like we're having now. That's what I would think. The fact that it was pretty much as expected. So I don't. So I'm still bullish Joby. Some of these moves down, Peloton, which was at 1050 today. Is down here at 950. Still bullish that name. Roku and Square are back. Roku's back under 80. Square's back under 90. I mean, pretty much everything's selling off. So using some of the put hedge profits, and then I'll be able to scale back into some calls. That's kind of the plan for now. And then, if gold keeps going, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we have 27 minutes to close. I might look for some other crazy lottos on GLD or some other side, because people try to figure out ramifications for the Fed meeting, the market, the notes, and they go through the point curve and all that fun stuff, and then a lot of the reactions almost happen after the fact. So, me, I'm looking at gold and I'm like, it's going to drop 5% tomorrow, but hey, I can't rule that out. So that's it. I'm trying to think of some other things. Yeah, that's about here. I'll probably lock a few more of the Shopify puts in before the close, and then just hold the rest. I mean, I thought I was going to be able to get double. They're 400% now, and it looks like they're going to be in the money. Actually, no, they're 600% now. So I'll just hold those for now, and then I'll probably lock some of the Broadcom. Why do I call it a Vago? I don't know why. I think they used to be called that, and then they did the change, and things get stuck in my head. Similarly, when I start talking about Square and Block, I always call it Square, because that's what I'm used to. And I'll probably call it, the Broadcoms are going to be a double here shortly. So I'll lock those in, and I'll ride stress-free into tomorrow, where, I mean, I hope we have a rally and reversal, and then I can use some of the Shopify profits to add some more calls. But again, you don't want to be in a situation where you come in tomorrow, we're down into 580 on the SPY, right? So, all right, that's it, folks. Let's have a great afternoon. I'll be back on audio later. Rock and roll.